Number 6. Let's see what number 6 is. Here we go. So opportunity is everywhere. Do we agree?
Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, crazy things have happened to me in property over the last 40 years. Opportunities which have come my way. I think some of the strange ones have been like, you'll have heard my story about how I was approached by a lady who owned a flat underneath a flat which I owned. Well, in fact, she was over me. She owned a flat over the flat which I owned, and there was a hole in the roof which she wanted mending. And we got into a bit of a thing about whose responsibility the roof was. Well, the strange thing is, 6 months later, I controlled all of her properties on options. Well, how did that happen? It just happens, doesn't it? You go and look at a property to go and think, this could be my perfect BRR, and you get there and it doesn't work. But then you just happen to see up the road, there's the for sale sign of a property which you didn't even notice on Rightmove. That ends up being the one that you bought, for example. Or you turn up with the estate agent, and the estate agent says, by the way, we're taking another property on around the corner. I've got the keys in the car, do you want to go and see it? All of that kind of stuff can happen. So opportunity is absolutely everywhere. But the trouble is, very often we kind of blinker ourselves and we don't actually see it. So one of the key things which we need to do if we're going to be successful in property is just look and be aware. A very, very simple example of that is when you're getting details from an estate agent, perhaps you're looking for BRRs, whatever, look through the details, but don't just think, oh, it doesn't really work for me. Go through it and just think, well, what could this do? What can I do with this property? What could somebody else do with this property? Could it be a HMO? Is there anything there? Could I put an extension on? What about the land? Is there some land which might come with it? But if you just look at everything as being a potential opportunity, you will find the opportunities. So there we go. I hope you found this video useful and informative, and if you did, then please come over to my website www.thepropertyteacher.co.uk, where you'll find loads more great property related resources, including free special reports to download and my best-selling series of ebooks, which includes the Successful Property Renovators Workshop, 63 common defects in investment property and how to spot them. And if you're just starting out in property, or if you want to grow your portfolio, you may be particularly interested in the Successful Property Investors Strategy Workshop, in which I'll take you through exactly how I started and built my property portfolio, starting literally with none of my own money, and how I built a portfolio of £2 million worth of property in just 4 years. And that was starting from scratch. I'll take you through everything that I did right so that you can copy me and do the same. And I'll also show you everything that I did wrong so that you can avoid the mistakes that I made and so that you can progress in property and be far more successful far more quickly than I ever was. And this is based upon my own real life experience, and it took me about 4 years to actually work out how to do property investing properly. But in the 200 pages in the Successful Property Investors Strategy Workshop, I'm going to show you all of that 4 years knowledge condensed down so that you can use it immediately. And until next time, here's to successful property investing.